Hello, everybody. So glad you've joined us tonight for this. I was trying to see if this is the fourth or fifth. Kurt, where did you go? Is this the fourth annual? Is this the fourth annual? Seventh. Time gets away. The 7th annual Charles Stephenson Bluegrass concert. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I know many of you have been here to all of these, and we welcome you and thank you for coming. Tonight, this is a benefit concert for an India mission that is operated by Compassion Resources Foundation and through our church. Brother Steve Walker heads that up. And several years ago, about 12, when they first went to India working with the local Christian group, they went into an area of northeast India where they did not know any Christian believers. And 12 years later, they're working now with over 40,000. And it's a direct effort and produced through the work of Brother Steve and several others. So thank you for making it possible. He goes about once a year, and this will help advance that work. We're so glad you're here. And we also want to thank all of our sponsors. We have some sponsors who have helped us this year. We want to thank them. Security Bank, Joe's Downtown Market, Triple T Tire Pros, Green Frog Coffee and Java Cafe here in Dyersburg, the Gemini Hair Salon, Sarton's Auto Sales, the Cancer Center in Jackson, Dyersburg, Paris, and Union City, H&R Block, and TINCOM, IT and marketing services here in West Tennessee. Thanks to these who are sponsoring our concert tonight. Several of you probably knew Brother Charlie. He was a quiet man. He loved music. He played left-handed. He was a jolly Christian. I guess jolly's a good word. He was just a good, happy fellow who served the Lord. He also served our country wearing the Green Beret uniform back in 1966, 7, and 8. And tonight this is in memory of him and the work that he instilled into the heart and fabric of his son, Kurt, who loves bluegrass music and music of all kinds. And so tonight we thank you for being here. We thank you for honoring his memory. We thank you for supporting the India mission. And right now, coming to kick off the music is Kurt and Andrea Stephenson. Why don't you clap your hands, make them welcome.
Hope I got it. Good job. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you all so much for being here. Wow, it's a great crowd tonight. And yeah, this is a special event that's near and dear to my heart. My dad, he instilled a love for music inside me, and he started giving me banjo lessons when I was about 9 years old. And so from 9 years old to right now, here we are. We're honoring his memory, and we're giving some good bluegrass and some good food to the community, and we're raising money to support India missions. And thank you all so much for contributing to tonight. But right now, we're going to make sure we're in tune. Close enough for bluegrass music. You boys ready? And Mr. Killingsworth on the fiddle there.
Yeah.
That's it. All right, y'all. We'll go ahead and kick her off here. Little sockeye. What a beautiful thought I am thinking concerning the great speckled bird. Remember, her name is recorded on the pages of God's holy word. Desiring to lower her standard, they watch every move that she made. They long to find fault with her teaching, but really they find no mistake. When he cometh descending from heaven on the cloud that he rides in his word, I'll be joyfully carried to meet him on the wings of that great speckled bird. On the wings of that great speckled bird.
Thank you so much, and thank you for coming out to Findlay tonight and joining us for the Charlie Stephenson Memorial Bluegrass Concert. I'm so glad to see so many faces that I recognize and then faces that I don't recognize, so hopefully we can shake your hand and meet you before we leave here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity and introduce again the guy playing that banjo. We'll feature him on this next song. Kurt has won numerous awards, the 2010 National Bluegrass Banjo Champion. He plays with the group High Fidelity based out of Nashville, Tennessee, and we're so glad that he's part of the West Tennessee community, and he's a wonderful person. He's a gentleman. He's a very talented musician. I love him dearly. Please make welcome my husband, Mr. Kurt Stephenson, on the banjo.
Thank you.
And he's going to play one for you entitled Yes Sir, That's My Baby, and it's on our latest CD that we recorded back in March, and we're real proud of it. And David did some fine mandolin work on it as well, and we'll introduce him here in a second, but kick it off there, Kurt. Yes Sir, That's My Baby.
Dedicate this to Andrea here.
Thank you.
Little yes, sir, that's my baby for you there. I'm going to introduce this guy. I'm going to be playing this next song, singing it for you, and playing it actually. He's a dear friend of mine. He hails from Memphis, Tennessee, and he's got the blues in his bones. I'll tell you what, this guy, he can evermore cut it. He is an awesome mandolin player, and he's a wonderful friend and a wonderful singer, and you're about to find that out right now. Would you make welcome from Memphis, Mr. David Pierce.
Too kind, Kurt. Too kind.
Pay me later.
Checks in the mail, right?
Yes.
I'd rather be in some dark hollow where the sun don't ever shine than to be home alone knowing that you're gone would cause me to lose my mind. So freight train, blow your whistle, carry me farther on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. I'd rather be in some dark hollow where the sun don't ever shine than to be in some big city in a small room with you on my mind. So freight train, blow your whistle, carry me farther on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Rather be in some dark hollow where the sun don't ever shine than to be home alone knowing that you're gone would cause me to lose my mind. So freight train, blow your whistle, carry me farther on down the track. I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back. Well, I'm going away, I'm leaving today. I'm going, but I ain't coming back.
All right.
Thank you, buddy.
David Pierce with the old Larry Sparks number, Dark Hollow. Mighty fine job there, David. You want to pick another one? Do the master tone? Yeah, we can. I'd like to say right now that, well, actually, what I'll do first, I'm going to introduce my lovely wife to y'all here. She is a wonderful guitar player and a mighty fine singer, and we met back in 2003 in Mountain View, Arkansas, and I know some of you have been to Mountain View. It's the folk music capital of the world.
Mountain View?
Yeah, there we go. There we go. It's known as the folk music capital of the world, and just people come and play there all throughout the year. And so some friends of mine and myself, we went there back in Labor Day of 2003, and I met Andrea, and we played our first song together, and here we are, 16 years later, standing up here as husband and wife, performing for y'all. And she is a teacher over at Dyersburg State Community College. She heads up the math department, and she's good with numbers and good with the guitar. Would you make her welcome, please, Miss Andrea Stephenson? Standing over here on the fiddle, he's going to render you off some fine fiddle playing throughout the evening, and I know you're going to enjoy him. He is a dear friend of mine as well, and I've been looking up to him for as long as I've been alive, and I still look up to him pretty good. So he's taught me a lot of music throughout the years, in different ways that he doesn't even realize. He's been a major influence on my musical career. And would you make him welcome from Mickey, Tennessee, Mr. David Killingsworth. Standing back here on the bass, he's holding it together. He's keeping us in time. That is his job. We pay him a lot extra to do that. But he does a fine job playing the bass, and he's got a fine story to tell you every now and then. We might actually get him to do that right now. Yeah. This guy, he is, we call him the original Diarrhean because he hails from Dyer, Tennessee. Would you make him welcome Curtis Mann? And Curtis, didn't you have a little incident with your cell phone the other day?
I did.
Is this a sad story?
No, it's a true story.
A true story.
I went fishing and we unloaded the boat, and we was at Sardis, Mississippi. And they after you unload the boat, they have a walk ramp you can go down, and it's that plastic, you know. And well, we done wasted about 2 hours, so I was in a hurry, and I took off running down through there, and my phone was in my pocket right here. And when I got down to the very end of it, I guess it just jarred a little bit. That thing popped out, and from that moment on, everything went in slow motion. That thing fell down and hit that plastic and jumped off there like a basketball and went pew, bloop, right over in the water.
True story.
And it is a true story. And I was sitting there watching, he was going, whoop, whoop. And then I saw some bubbles coming up, and I thought, good grief. And so my preacher was there fishing with his buddy. And so I told him, I said, hey, y'all come around here and see how deep it was. I wish it had been 20 foot deep. So they come around there and they stuck the dip net down in there, and it was about 3 foot deep. So I thought, golly, B, I'm gonna have to go in there and try to get it. So here I go in there and start feeling around with my foot a little bit, and I thought, well, you know, I had to go down, so I ain't that tall, so it was about right here. I reached down in my pocket with my hand, and I grabbed that thing. I couldn't believe it. Found it, got it, took it, got it back out. We went fishing.
Okay.
Well, it wouldn't work.
Well, yeah.
So I took it home. They said put it in rice. So I put it in a bag of rice and for about a day, and it still didn't work.
Okay.
So
soaking wet.
It still didn't. It wasn't dry. So I thought, well, I'm gonna put it in the oven.
Did you really put it in the oven?
I did. Yeah.
What temperature?
175
You baked that thing?
So you baked your phone?
for an hour.
You baked your phone for an hour?
Yeah.
It's true story.
True story. This is a true story, and it worked.
That's logic.
But you
Yeah.
baked your phone.
I did. Well, it's Apple.
Story time with Curtis.
Story time with Curtis. On that note, we're going to play you another banjo tune. Oh, we'll try to restore order up here. So, are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's called the Master Tone March, and it felt like the Master Tone Sprint.
Yeah,
Goodness.
it's pretty hot.
Yeah. David, you want to sing him another song, my friend?
Sure,
All right.
I'll try.
This is like the life and times of a bluegrass musician. Ain't broke. On a badly bent.
Yes,
Yeah.
that it is.
Talk to him a second.
We so appreciate David coming up from Memphis. He's never been to the Finley concert, which is surprising. David and myself and Kurt, back in 2009, recorded this song on a CD that we did with Curtis.
Yep.
And we have a couple over there. So we've been playing music together for a long time, and David's a fabulous musician. And we've met up in Collierville and jammed out on the square a couple times. So he's going to do one, I guess this is a Bill Monroe number, right?
I really don't know.
Or is this a David Pierce special?
I did not know there was going to be questions that I would have to answer, so
I am a teacher, David.
my dog ate my homework on that one.
Ain't broke, but I'm badly bent.
Kick her off.
Well, I'm going back to the country. I can't pay the rent. No, I'm not completely broke, but brother, I'm badly bent again. Understand just where it went. I ain't broke, but I'm badly bent. Well, I had a lot of money, but to the city I went. I met too many good-looking girls, and that's where my money went. Yeah, I know just where it went. I ain't broke, but I'm badly bent. When I get back to the country, I'll be living in a tent. Mom and Pa sure be mad about all the money spent. They won't understand just where it went. I ain't broke, but I'm badly bent. Well, I'm going back to the country. I can't pay the rent. No, I'm not completely broke, but brother, I'm badly bent again. Understand just where it went. I ain't broke, but I'm badly bent. Now I ain't broke, brother, I'm badly bent.
All right. Mr. David Pierce there with the life and times of a bluegrass musician. I ain't broke, but I'm badly bent. A lot of wisdom there, I guess.
Kurt and I both changed our strings just for tonight, so we're tuning excessively.
We are, yes. I was just going to say, did you tell them about the CD? I was tuning it in my own world.
You weren't listening? Yes, we did mention the CDs, but go ahead.
Okay,
Tell
all
them,
right.
Tell them about the song.
Yeah. So this is a tune that we recorded on our latest album, hot off the press. We just got them back just about 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that. And we're trying to play as many songs off of that album as we can. And half of the songs featured our friend David, and half of them featured another friend of ours, Jeff Smith. We're going to have him come up actually right after this song, and he's going to play some mandolin and sing for you. But this is a song that we really enjoy playing, written by one of my favorite banjo players named Alan Mundy, and it's called Peaches and Cream. peaches and cream. Kind of makes me want some ice cream there. Good job, David. All right, we're going to bring up Jeff Smith. And Jeff, he's a dear friend of ours as well. Everyone that I've introduced, I've said they're dear friends of mine, but that's the truth. The Bluegrass community, one of the great things about it is it's such a tight-knit community. You get to play a lot of great music with people, but you make lifetime friendships with different ones. So that's one of the beautiful things about music. And Mr. Jeff, he is from Jackson, Tennessee. He's a pastor over there, and he's so kindly lended his talents of playing the mandolin and singing for us, and he set up the sound. And if it sounds good out there, it's because of Mr. Jeff. Would you give him a hand clap tonight? All right. We're going to gear up in the gear of B. We're going to feature Andrea on a song here. Tell them about this one.
When Kurt has to tune, banjos are like high maintenance. And so anytime we change keys, Kurt has to retune. And so a lot of times he'll just say, talk to the folks. So I'm talking to the folks while Kurt tunes. Poor thing, whenever he was playing with my family, when we first met, my mom, I come from a family band, I had a sister, my mom sang really high, and so we sang in D a lot. So poor Kurt didn't play in D very much, so he learned real fast how to play in the key of D very often.
Yeah,
and
on the spot.
when my family plays, we have a set list, but it's just a decoy, and we don't go by it, so we just kind of jump around and go to whatever key we want to. So poor Kurt, he's had to endure.
Always on my toes.
Always be on your toes. But this song is from a family band that was really popular back in, I guess, the 70s and the 80s, the Marshall family. And we took this and kind of made it our own. But I enjoyed their music, and we put this on our CD, and Mr. Jeff Smith does some wonderful singing with us. So we'll do one entitled After a While. Kurt will kick it off there in D, and I'm in the right key.
You are.
After a while, it'll all be over. After a while, the sun's gonna shine. After a while, dark clouds will pass over, and we'll shout hallelujah after a while.
Well, the road is rough and rocky. The pathway is narrow and steep. But just keep holding on to Jesus. He will make it all right. Wait and see.
After a while, it'll all be over. After a while, the sun's gonna shine. After a while, dark clouds will pass over, and we'll shout hallelujah after a while.
Well, the cup is sometimes bitter, so bitter you're gonna cry. But just keep holding on to Jesus. He will make it all right.
After a while, it'll all be over. After a while, the sun's gonna shine. After a while, dark clouds will pass over, and we'll shout hallelujah after a while.
Let me hear that fiddle. After a while, it'll all be over. After a while, the sun's gonna shine. After a while, dark clouds will pass over, and we'll shout hallelujah after a while. And we'll shout hallelujah after a while. Yeah. Sure. Yep. The family who prays will never be parted. Their circle in heaven unbroken shall stand. God will say, enter, my good faithful servant. The family who prays never shall part. Satan has parted fathers and mothers, filling their hearts with his envy and hate, heading their pathway down to destruction, leaving their children like orphans to stray. The family who prays will never be parted. Their circle in heaven unbroken shall stand. God will say, enter, my good faithful servant. The family who prays never shall part. Wars and tornadoes are taking our loved ones, leaving us fearful with sad aching heart. But we shall join them over the river, where the family who prays never shall part. The family who prays will never be parted. Their circle in heaven unbroken shall stand. God will say, enter, my good faithful servant. The family who prays never shall part. The family who prays never shall part. All right. Family who prays never shall part. That's an old Leuben Brothers song. Anybody remember the Leuben Brothers out there? All right. One of my favorite groups. We're going to feature Jeff on a gospel song now. It's one of the first ones that we started singing together, one we enjoy doing. And I can have a testimony to this. Thank the Lord for his saving mercy and his saving grace for dying for our sins on the cross of Calvary. And because of that, I can say, praise God, my sins are gone.
You ask me why I'm happy, so I'll just tell you why. Praise God, my sins are gone. And when I meet the scoffers who ask me where they are, I say my sins are gone. They're underneath the blood of the cross of Calvary, as far removed as darkness is from dawn.
In the sea of God's forgetfulness, that's good enough for me. Praise God, my sins are gone. 'Twas at the old-time altar when God came in my heart. Praise God, my sins are gone. The Lord took full possession, the devil did depart. Praise God, my sins are gone. They're underneath the blood of the cross of Calvary, as far removed as darkness is from dawn. In the sea of God's forgetfulness, that's good enough for me. Praise God, my sins are gone. When Satan comes to tempt me and tries to make me doubt, praise God, my sins are gone. You got me into trouble, but Jesus got me out. Praise God, my sins are gone. They're underneath the blood of the cross of Calvary, as far removed as darkness is from dawn. In the sea of God's forgetfulness, that's good enough for me. Praise God, my sins are gone. They're underneath the blood of the cross of Calvary, as far removed as darkness is from dawn. In the sea of God's forgetfulness, that's good enough for me. Praise God, my sins are gone. Praise God, my sins are gone. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We're going to fiddle David Killingsworth on the fiddle here.
We're going to fiddle him?
Well, did I say fiddle? We're going to feature David on the fiddle.
You did say
He's going to fiddle around for you.
Hey, Kurt.
I took too many goodies powders before I got up here.
All right.
I'm overdosed on goodies powders.
Goodies. Well, this is going to be a good one, I bet. We're going to let him play an old-time number for you. It goes way back to the hills. It's called the Black Mountain Rag.
Mountain music.
Yeah.
David on the fiddle.
All right. Them goodies sure sounded good there, David. Oh, man. You want to sing I'm Glad I Know?
I will.
All right. We're going to let Andrea sing one for you now, a gospel song. And
Like I said earlier, I'm so glad to see so many friends. I think some new
No,
faces.
we're
If
not.
this is your first time
Yeah.
to Findlay, to the concert, can you like slip your hand up so we can see? That is so great to see some first-time guests here. I'm so glad that you guys could come. I have one special guest here.
Wonderful.
Kurt mentioned that I do teach for Dyersburg State Community College, and it's a wonderful place. I'm so thankful for my career, and I have a colleague here, Miss Susan Davis and her husband Alan. It is so wonderful to see you guys here, and she's a blessing in my life, and she's also a math instructor at Dyersburg State, and we work very closely together, and I consider her a dear friend, as Kurt has said about a lot of these people that are on stage with us. But this next song is titled, I'm Glad I Know Who Jesus Is, and Kurt sang a minute ago the song, The Family Who Prays Never Shall Part. And I feel like that song in itself is also kind of a testimony of ours, how important it is to keep our family centered around prayer and around the Lord. And that song's on our album, and also this song is as well. And in the world that we live in, I'm so glad that I know who Jesus is.
That's
I'm
right.
so glad I have him to turn to. I'm so glad that he is faithful. I'm so thankful that his promises are for me. Sometimes we read the promises in the Word and we just read them, but they're for us. They're for Andrea. And so I hope this song blesses you, and it means a lot to us. And I am so glad that I know who Jesus is. In a little town called Bethlehem, so many years ago, they told him there was no room in the inn. But they had no way of knowing who they had turned away. It was the Lamb of God who would take away their sin.
I'm glad I know who Jesus is. I'm glad I know who Jesus is. He's more than just a story. He is the King of glory. I'm glad I know who Jesus is.
So many people still today don't know who Jesus is. They've never felt his peace within their soul. But I want my life to show them how his love can set them free. He's the only one who can cleanse and make men whole.
I'm glad I know who Jesus is. I'm glad I know who Jesus is. He's more than just a story. He is the King of glory. I'm glad I know who Jesus is.
He's the Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. He's the Counselor and Deliverer to me.
He's the everlasting Father. He is the King of glory. I'm glad I know who Jesus is. I'm glad I know who Jesus is. I'm glad I know who Jesus is. He's more than just a story. He is the King of glory. I'm glad I know who Jesus is. He's more than just a story. He is the King of glory. I'm glad I know who Jesus is. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. It's kind of funny. Andrea mentioned to y'all a while ago that as the Nichols family, they never went by a set list. I think we got our list right in front of us, and about the past 4 or 5 songs have just been all jumbled up. So that's, yeah. Yeah. Keeping Curtis on his toes back here playing guessing game. But I just want to say thank y'all so much for coming out again. It's so good to see an awesome crowd. Give yourselves a hand. Yeah. All right. So good to see a great crowd, and thank y'all for supporting this concert here. We appreciate it very much. And on behalf of Jeff Smith, Andrea Stephenson, Curtis Mann, David Killingsworth, I'm Kurt Stephenson, and we're going to get on with an auction right after this, and then we'll have some more music. We'll leave you with a Stanley Brothers number. It's one called I Hear a Choo-Choo Coming. I hear a choo-choo coming, it's coming down the track. It's taking away my darling, never to bring her back. My darling left me this morning, she left me feeling so blue. I'll go on this road, rock and ramble, and try to forget all about you. I hear a choo-choo coming, it's coming down the track. It's taking away my darling, never to bring her back. Well, I know I can't forget her, so I won't even try. I'll go through life a-wondering until the day I die. I hear a choo-choo coming, it's coming down the track. It's taking away my darling, never to bring her back. Yeah, choo-choo coming, it's coming down the track. It's taking away my darling, never to bring her back. Thank you so much. Thank y'all. Thank you.
We're going to have a quick intermission, so you guys take you a break, get you some coffee, some water. I think there's some cookies available. Have a restroom break, and we'll be right back.
All right.